This is the MTPredictor weekly market update for January 25th. So, going to be a pretty busy week, actually, starting today with the Greek election. And we'll see what happens there. That Syriza party was polling well, and that party is very left of center party that has vowed, if they do get in, to um, basically demand that a third of the Greek debt be forgiven and the rest renegotiated, or they will leave the euro. So that's going to have an impact, right from the get-go here today as they're voting, and then this week it's in the U.S. Last week we had the European Central Bank announce their $1 trillion of quantitative easing, and we've got our central bank here in the U.S., the Federal Reserve, will be having their announcement on interest rates on Wednesday. So that meeting starts Tuesday with the announcement on interest rates on Wednesday. So a lot of stuff going on, but let's look at the charts here and just pick up where we left off last week. So last week, this is where we were. This was the closing candle a week ago from Friday, and you see that it closed with a blue buyer's candle, and this indicated that buyers were overcoming sellers at the close on Friday 2 weeks ago. So what I had said last week in the market update was, if they take out the high, Friday's high there, which was 2014 and a quarter, then chances are this would get some follow through to the upside. And if on the other hand they broke Friday's low, then the short trade here, we would probably see the target down here. So what happened? Well, they broke the Friday high there on Monday, the following Monday, and that did get the follow through, and anticipated that the follow through would come in right in the wave 2 or B resistance area. This is a cluster of Fibonacci levels here in conjunction with the wave pattern that the software finds for us. We had sellers. You can see the red sellers candle here with sellers overtaking buyers on Friday in this area. I think, well, we'll see now. We'll see what we get. I think a lot of the stuff that's going to happen this week is going to have a big influence on what happens with the markets here, and we'll take a look at a bunch of the other markets. But anyway, we're in an area of resistance here. If they take this level out to the upside, all right, here will be our next resistance level here, just above 2100 in the ES. And then we still have our target down here. We can take a DP off of this level here. You can have some support below 1980 in here. If they take out this low, we should find some support here first. All right, we also looked at the NQ, because the NQ on the daily chart had the TS3 buy signal here, and so obviously they triggered that to the long side. I'm long the NQ. I'm not playing for this all the way to this target here. We're going to have some minor resistance. Take a DP off of this level. This also is in, if I just right click here, remove that. So we'll see how this plays out. As we know, we have resistance in the other markets in this area. Alright, so as the European Central Bank announced on Thursday that their quantitative easing program, let's look and see what happened with the US dollar. And you can see what happened last week with the US dollar. Has completely taken out the monthly resistance here. I'm sorry, this is the weekly chart, but this is the initial monthly resistance So we've gotten a close above that level. You see the strength on the STF there. Let me just take a look at the monthly chart here. And you can see on the monthly chart, here's our initial resistance level. That I think is the target for this. Actually, they had gone through this initial target to the next level, and then here's just above 100 would be the next target above that. Now, this again, we had our significant low in the dollar here, the initial rally, the first ABC correction here. Right, there's the ABC correction, and so we look at this as a wave 1, the ABC is in wave 2, and this is a wave 3. Let's go up wave 3 here, and we'll see that we've now closed above the typical wave 3 target here. Alright, so I think if the dollar takes this high out, alright, here's our next, we're probably heading up into this level here. We got strength on the STF. So basically, I think most traders are going to be looking to sell the euro on rallies. All right, let's look at gold here. Actually, let's look at silver first, because not on the monthly chart. Let's look first on the weekly chart. So silver went from the wave 4 here into this is the typical wave 5 target. So that was a nice trade to the short side. Once we get down in this level, if we go to the daily chart here, there was a nice high volume spike here on the daily chart. Just a wave C pattern there. I'll show you the here's the GLD. Let me look first at the SLV. So the SLV had this nice 5-wave pattern down here. There was a pullback here. I'm long. I was long silver in here. That, my target for that, let's see, a correction back to the wave 4 DP, was this 1750 area. When it first hit 1750, I was a little lax. I didn't have my order in, so I had to wait the next morning for it to come back up. So I was able to get out at 1758 in the pre-market on was it Thursday or Friday. So I'm out of that long position in the SLV, but I am still holding some GLD, and the GLD also had the nice 5-wave pattern down here. This a potential wave 1 here with the pullback here, which unfolded as put the analysis on here as an ABC correction. And so this was the initial target, but if this is a 1 and this ABC is in wave 2, let's project up wave 3 here and just see where the wave 3, the typical wave 3 target comes in. So we're just shy of the typical wave 3 target. If we get into this level, then I'll probably take profits on the GLD, and then strength on the STF here, so we can just trail with a trailing stop. And finally, let's take a look at oil. CL here, and let's look on the weekly chart, get a little better view here. So you can see Some of you may have the TS3 sell signal on there on the weekly chart. I'm using a different data feed tonight, so it's not showing up there. But where this ABC correction was, there was a automatically generated sell signal on the weekly chart of the CL that the software gave. This was the initial target here, and you can see strength on the STF means you'd be trailing with a trailing stop. On the oil trade here, here's the next level. So they've taken out this monthly support, and here's your next just around 25, just below $25 is the next major monthly support. And again, this was in a long period of consolidation, and you can see they broke that consolidation down. Here's your little support line here. Once that broke, we talked about this being a long period of consolidation, stored a lot of energy, if you will, and when it broke, the break, we didn't know if it was going to be the upside or the downside, but we knew the break, if and when it did break, was going to be a large one. So certainly I've seen that, but the bottom may not be in. I think we get down around 42. If we get down around 42 in oil, you know, fairly quickly, or maybe early in the week, or this week, then that oil should be pretty well overextended at that point, and maybe we get some buyers stepping in around that level, but it may be only a temporary bottom. All right, we'll wrap it up here. So again, watch, see what happens with those elections in Greece. Our Fed announcement on Wednesday definitely will be, or potentially be, a market mover there. So stay on your toes, and we'll see what things look like next week.